Builder Boot Camp. This is a great class if you are interested in getting into builder business. One of the questions I get a lot is, how do I help realtors get more inventory? Well, getting connected with builders is a way to not only support your business, also to support the builder business and to support realtors with inventory. The best way to get inventory is to take a look at new construction. It's just a great opportunity to connect and to be a resource, not only for your realtors, also for the consumers, letting them know about new construction sites. So let's get started. What I am going to do today is giving you a little bit of perspective. As a realtor for almost 20 years and working with builder clients over the years when I worked in a mortgage company, we actually offered a lot of perspective from the realtor point of view. I've also had the opportunity to consult with various builders through my career in training and coaching, and just want to give you some of the perspective from the builder and realtor perspective that will help you get more builder business. So I hope you thought this was funny. We're going to talk a little bit about why builder. Why is builder an important part of your learning, and that you could actually add a great component to your business by adding builder? How do you work with a builder? What do you do? How does this work? What do you know? And what's the plan? How to make this all come together? So let's have some fun. Okay, you're going to see this a lot. Visit a builder once a week, every week, for 10 weeks, and you get a loan. Consistently, week after week after week. If you miss a week, you have to start over. Make a commitment to show up. The biggest challenge that builders have with loan officers that pop by and say, hey, we'd like to help you, is they only see them once, maybe once a year. And they want to know that they can count on you. They want to know that you're reliable. They want to know that you understand their business as a builder versus business from a resale real estate agent. So having the consistency to show up week after week is so valuable to builders. So make a plan to visit a builder once a week, every week for 10 weeks, and you'll get a loan. Why builder? Well, we just talked about it. Inventory. This is where new inventory is made. It's builder business where inventory shows up. Refinances, we know, are way, way down. People still refinance for all sorts of reasons outside of rate and term. This is a way to build relationships. One thing that's great about builder, when you build relationships with the sales agent, they build a relationship with you. And so when their project is finished and they go to the next project, they're going to bring that relationship with them to the next project. One thing about builder sales reps, you'll notice when you meet them is ask them how long they've been in the builder business, or how long they've even worked for one particular builder. And sometimes it's decades. Builder sales reps have a long, long tenure with the builder community. So you can build that relationship that can be added to your success for years to come, which is part of the long-term growth and getting into deep relationship. The more you understand the builder business and are able to support the builder itself, the better you will be as far as your own financial consistency and have a pipeline that shows up for 6 months or longer because of construction time and things like that. It's actually really fun to have a pipeline that you know months in advance it's going to be coming together. Visit a builder once a week, every week for 10 weeks and get a loan. Okay, how to work with builder. We're going to talk a little bit about these things and the how-to, what to do in the builder community. And obviously a hard hat is part of it, and understanding what is happening. So we're going to talk about how to make friends, how to support the realtor community, as well as understanding the builder platform. Okay, you ready? Get your notes ready. Okay. This is all you need to do with a builder. Just go make friends. Go make friends. I want you guys to think about being an 8-year-old, going out on the playground, making friends. This is a relationship business. Our job in this business is to make friends and then help our friends make good decisions. That's with realtors, that's with consumers, and that's with builders. So you can Google new construction. There's a new home source as one of the websites. There's a whole different way to find these new communities. Even small little pockets, areas, you can still find those new construction, new communities. And get out there and just go make friends. Particularly the first time when you're making a friend, you just want to just have a conversation and get to know them. You want to introduce yourself. hand them a business card, and go look at the models. That's it. Just be friendly. Ask them how long they've been working with that particular builder. How long have they been selling in new construction? What do they love about selling new construction? What's their favorite model of that? Maybe there's 3 models, and which one's their favorite, or what's the coolest part about each of the models? One of the things when you're previewing the models is you can actually ask the salespeople, hey, is it okay if I do a Facebook Live from inside the model? And then ask the sales rep if they want to be a part of it. And you can say, hey, I'm here with Joe salesperson at XYZ Builder in this new model in this community. Wow, the coolest thing about this is, and say what the coolest thing you think is. Hey, and just let people know on Facebook Live or do a video and post it later about what you found out at that community and how lucky they would be to go and meet with Joe and talk with them about what is happening in their community, what they have, what programs are available, everything. And just go preview the model. Just go and talk to them. You don't need to ask them for any business at all. You're just there to make friends. It's the first step in any great sales meeting is building rapport and just offering to help. Look, we're all in this business together. If we can support the builder community, that oftentimes means that somebody else is selling a house. And so there's lots of activity that's connected to the builder community as far as being in the real estate industry. So understanding where the new communities are, what the price points are, what the lot sizes look like, what the first square footage is, what sort of premium items that they have, what are the amenities in this particular community, and understanding those things are important. And then you can be the expert on builder on social media and just be consistent. But just go make a friend. And you're going to connect with some salespeople better than you connect with others. That's okay. Just go out and make some new friends. Ask them about who the in-house lender is. When you come back to the sales office and you've seen the models and you're going to talk about, oh, I really liked this, or I love that there was a bedroom downstairs in that model, or wow, I loved how they took the space and did some things differently with storage or a barn door or whatever. Who are they using for their stagers? Do they have the company do it, or do they hire stagers? And then ask them, hey, who's the in-house lender? Every builder has an in-house lender that's already been agreed to. Sometimes the builders have a joint venture. They have a builder mortgage company that is owned partly by the builder. And some of these places are at a call center in Colorado, in Indianapolis, or Atlanta. So just find out where these in-house loan officers are located. Are they nearby? Do they come into the sales office? Are there an 800 number? And just get an understanding of like, okay, great. Like you're not competing. You're not looking to mess up anything. You just want to know who the in-house lender is. Because oftentimes, what's interesting is that some of these mortgage companies that are owned by a builder really only like to work with the vanilla, very easy, not complicated loans because they are getting all of the loans from all of the different communities all over the country. They don't have time to sit and really work through the loans that are a bit more complicated. The same thing, even if it's a regional in-house loan officer, somebody that actually comes into the sales office a couple of days a week, it's a great opportunity for them to get some support. And we talk about, are there any troubled loans? A lot of the sales associates, especially when it's an 800 number they have to call, are not super thrilled with the lender, the lender that they get at an 800 number versus somebody who comes in and knows the community and knows the area. And to say, hey, are there any troubled loans, any loans that seem to be a challenge, or that maybe you don't even submit because you know that the corporate in-house relationship is not going to be able to work with those. And just ask the questions. One of the loan officers that I've coached over the years found out that they had trouble with visas and had that their in-house mortgage company was not able to do H-1 visas. So she said, oh, that's something our company does all the time. That's not a big deal. Happy to help or answer any questions if somebody has a visa and wants to buy here. And they were so excited. Ask the question, what are their troubled loans? What are the ones that become sticky for them? And then if you have a builder flyer or with information about how you support builders and long-term locks and things like that because of how long it takes to construction, great. If nothing else, just leave your card and tell them you're going to be back again next week. Get a price sheet and a flyer, have that available so that if anybody asks for it, that you can email it out. Maybe ask them to email you the flyer and information so that you can forward it out to your database, or that you have it ready for giving out to realtors as well. Ask if they cooperate with realtors on the first visit or the second visit. If you don't get time, just depending on what's happening, you can ask them if they cooperate with realtors. Cooperation means they're going to pay a referral fee. So if a realtor brings somebody to the new home construction site, they get a referral fee for bringing somebody to the construction. They don't participate as representing the buyer. They're more of like an advisor to the buyer when a buyer comes in. They do get a commission, and as we call it, cooperate. Do you cooperate with realtors? And say, do they accept contingent offers, right? Will they be willing to accept an offer from a buyer if they already have a house to sell? Do they have buyers that come in and say, I got to sell my house first before I do that? How do they do that? If somebody says yes, if it's in the local area, do they have a preferred realtor that they work with? Do they have a handful of preferred realtors they work with? What about out of area? If somebody comes in that's moving new to this area, they have a house to sell and an out of area, how do they handle that? What is their process? And help them understand that. Ask them if it would be okay if you could bring a group of realtors that are interested in seeing new construction to come by on like some sort of a caravan tour. And if that's something that might be okay for them, if we'd like to plan an event. I did this for a couple of different builders and they loved it. They loved it when we brought a whole bunch of realtors. We actually brought a party bus, hence the party scene, you see. And we had mimosas on the bus and had breakfast treats. And we actually went to a couple of different builder locations, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. Everybody had a great time. The builders appreciated that you were going to bring realtors by because that's more opportunities for them to get additional buyers walking through the door. So ask if it's something they'd be interested in doing, and have a deeper conversation at the next time. And then when you continue to ask for these kinds of things, just make sure these are the things you're focusing on as your back to thing. This is what we talk about. Just get to first base. First base is building the relationship, finding out a little bit of what's working for them, what's not working for them. Do they need any help and support on the weekends when they're busiest, right? When their in-house loan officer is busy, do you have anybody else that's just there to answer questions? It can be kind of in a backup situation. How can we help you? How can we support you? What can we do to help you be more successful in this industry? One of the things about understanding the builder platform is understanding that ultimately the client is the builder. You keep the builder sales reps happy, everything else falls into place. Yes, you're working with the borrower, you're helping them with getting the loan on this particular property. The ultimate client is the builder. The builder is the one that sends you the business. The builder is the one that would have you work with any troubled loans. And the builder is the one that will take you onto their next project when the current project is finished. So the preferred lender is oftentimes the one or two mortgage companies, one that's typically owned by the builder or a long-term relationship. And a second one could be a local relationship, a local community company, mortgage company that helps. Preferred backup is usually tied to, hey, these are loans that are outside our normal way of doing business. So typically with the preferred mortgage person, they have tied some incentives, like an additional credit for them to get upgrades on the property. Typically, when somebody buys a home, they budget 10% additional, 5 to 10% additional for what they're going to do as far as upgrades to the property. So the preferred loan officer has tied to that, hey, when you use our preferred loan mortgage company, you're going to get a credit towards your upgrades. The preferred backup can be negotiated, and that's a conversation to have. Hey, if your preferred lender is not able to get somebody approved and our company does, are they going to be able to also participate in some of those incentives or a portion of them? What is the process? How does it work? The decline list is awesome. Finding out the decision makers obviously is something you want to be able to do. The decline list is the best. People that were declined, give them a call. Ask them, hey, is it okay if I call the people that were declined by your preferred lenders? No problem. The worst case scenario is they're still declined. They're still not able to buy this property. Maybe we have a product, a program, that the other company doesn't have, or maybe we're just more willing to dig into a messy file and the other in-house preferred mortgage company just doesn't have the time. And so we can actually take a look at that decline list. And what if you get 10 declines and one of them turns into a loan? It's worth it. And then they'll know what you can do and see how you can perform. They will be very excited if you can turn somebody on the decline list into an active buyer for their sales. This is a corporate sales environment. They have very specific sales goals. You would want to know what those goals are and how you can help support them. Oh, I said that already. It's a decline list. Be the last resort. And so we got, it's okay. Your worst case is a no. And then just be professional and be a support. Take the leap. Take the big leap of faith of going after that decline list. Visit a builder once a week, every week, for 10 weeks. Get a loan. Visit 5 builder communities. Thank you. A thank you email or even a handwritten note is amazing to these sales agents. Call the in-house lender, particularly if it's somebody local, and introduce yourself and just say, hey, I'd love to meet with you and see if there's anything we can do for the decline list. We know there's not one mortgage company that does all things for all borrowers. And it might be one of those things that in-house loan officer is overwhelmed and knows it. And say, hey, like to support you. Let's see how we can work as a team. And when they actually refer you a client, you make that in-house lender look like a hero for collaborating with you. And once you've visited 5 different builders and gotten to know some of the in-house lenders and some of the sales associates, pick the communities you like. I recommend 3. So 3 different communities that you would like that you want to go visit consistently, week after week after week for the first 10 weeks. It doesn't maybe need to be as consistent after that. They just want to know that you're going to show up. Show up, check in. How are things going? How are you? Bring them their favorite coffee, their favorite snack. But just go to those communities where you like the community, you like the salespeople, and you like the in-house lender. Remember, our job is to make friends. Do videos, do Facebook Live, ask them what they need. It's amazing some of the things that you can provide for them to help them promote their business. Do they need an event like a realtor event we've talked about? Do you need videos? Do you need create like a fun open house event? Sometimes these guys are so busy they need food. They're starving. So bringing like little sliders or something they can grab really fast and eat just to get some nutrition in their bodies can be really good too. And just to have some fun. Maybe it's just, man, it's just slow. Like, hey, just come by and come chat with me for a little bit. Awesome. Very cool. And then just, how can I help? What do you need? How can I support you? And just keep going to these over and over and over again. These are some of the things that we've just talked about. Show up on the weekends. How can we help you? Realtor events are huge. Talking about making sure they cooperate with realtors, looking to do events. You can do this with your local YPN, Young Professionals Network, Women's Council of Realtors, ARIA, Hispanic Association of Realtors. There are so many NAREPs, like also my brain stopped there. There are so many different organizations that would partner with you on doing some of these kinds of events where you get a bunch of realtors together to go visit a couple communities and make it a day out of it. And it doesn't take a lot of planning. It's actually really easy and fun. And you have a lot of fun. Everybody gets together. Make sure you build relationships with that in-house loan officer because you want to make sure that you are checking in and seeing how you can support them in being in a backup situation. Get those referrals from those in-house loan officers until you become the in-house loan officer. Visit a builder once a week, every week for 10 weeks and get a loan. Who is important to know? Okay, who's on first? Okay, get it? Ivan Costello? Anyway, I thought it was funny. Never mind. So get to know the sales associates, understand their goals, their quotas. When is the fiscal year? Sometimes a fiscal year is not a calendar year. I know one builder that their fiscal year ends in November, not December, November. So it's an interesting time of year when they get really busy and have a big push in October and November. Is the in-house lender as part of a JV, or is it just a long-term relationship versus it's owned by the builder? Getting to know the vice president of sales and marketing, right? That's their boss, often the boss of the sales associates. Getting into a relationship with that person, finding out what they need, what other communities in the area may be struggling and don't have the support of a loan officer like you, and how could you help? And sometimes the division president is also a good person to know. Start attending builder events and showing up and finding out, hey, what organizations do you guys go to? I'd love to be invited to the next event. There's a lot of different builder events and programs that could really be helpful for you to just learn more and more about the day in the life of the builder sales rep, construction, the challenges that the division president is dealing with, as long as a vice president of sales. Get to know the players. Visit a builder once a week, every week for 10 weeks, and get a loan. And get out there. It's actually really fun. It's fun to go visit builders. It's fun to make it like one day a week, spend half a day going to visit builders, and do it every week for 10 weeks. And just go and attack the day. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to get an opportunity to learn about new communities, make new relationships, and create a phenomenal referral source that will be paying off for years to come. All right. Thank you all for being on our Builder Bootcamp. It's went fast. I know I talk fast, and hope you have the opportunity to create an amazing builder business. Please reach out to me, Katie@CoachKatie.com, if you have any questions or how I can support you with your builder business. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.